Close Detroit Red Wings players Frans Nielsen and Larkin and coach Jeff Blashill answer questions Saturday, November 11, 2017 at Little Caesars Arena. Helena St. James, Detroit Free Press. Frans Nielsen tiptoed into his home, his goal to make it to bed before his 15-month-old son would wake up and command attention. Nielsen is good at being quiet, and good at doing things right. It was what appealed to the Detroit Red Wings when they signed him in the summer of 2016, and Nielsen has delivered. He does everything and does it really well, Larkin said after Saturday's morning skate at Little Caesars Arena. You watch him and how patient he is with the puck. He's probably one of the most unselfish players I've seen. It's fun to watch him play, and he's playing great right now and kind of quietly has 6 goals. He doesn't say much, but he waits for his chance to strike and he's great at capitalizing on his opportunities. Nielsen certainly capitalized during the Wings' recent road trip, with 2 goals and 2 assists in the 3 games prior to Saturday's game against Columbus. The Wings took a red-eye home from Calgary after Thursday's game. Nielsen got to his house around 6 a.m. and managed about 5 hours of sleep. He was at 8 points overall after 17 games plus a shootout goal that won the October 7th game at Ottawa. Nielsen, 33, had 17 goals and 41 points in 79 games last season. One factor behind his start this season: he's more comfortable than last year, when he was fresh off 10 seasons with the New York Islanders. I'd been there so long, I was an assistant captain, and you kind of come in and have to find your position in a new room, Nielsen said. So it was a bit of an adjustment for sure. It doesn't matter how long you've been in the league, confidence goes and comes, and it's so important to have. Little things like getting a goal can definitely change the way you are feeling out there. You want the team to win, but it's always fun if you can help the team contribute that way. Another factor is having a more defined line and role. Coach Jeff Blashill has had Nielsen with Darren Helm since the start of the season, and of late has used them as the team's top matchup line. We've found some chemistry, Nielsen said. We are on the same page as far as how we need to play to be successful out there. It's not the biggest skill game, but more trying to use our skating and play fast that way. There is always going to be switches in your lineup, but I like it as far as he has kept the lines in pairs, at least, and then switched out the third guy. It's important that you get good chemistry at least with one guy, and then it's not too hard when you get another guy on the other side. Blashill has noticed a difference in Nielsen since the October 26 game at Tampa Bay, noting, his competitive level has been extremely high. I think he is definitely more comfortable, but I also think recently, we really used him as a matchup guy, and he's real comfortable in that. Certainly Helm and him have had great chemistry. It just makes him way more comfortable and efficient in his game. You have your best chance of building some cohesiveness when you have pairs. Lots of things dictate whether you can have threesomes together all the time, but if you can have pairs, it certainly makes it way easier. With Helm and Frans, I've tried to really keep them together, kept them together on the penalty kill. When you know who is on your left and who is in the middle, you are going to be way more comfortable. More Wings analysis. Frans Nielsen proven to be all-around workhorse. Red Wings Justin Abdelkader out with fractured cheekbone. Nielsen and Helm also kill penalties together, and each has scored a shorthanded goal. That's something Blashill said has been especially stressed by assistant coach Doug Hoda. It's something we've emphasized this year, is when you get opportunities to score, let's try and go down and score, Blashill said. When the PP feels like they are a threat to get scored on, it's hard to be on your toes. You get on your heels a little bit. Those two guys have done a real good job of that. Director of Pro Scouting Mark Howe was among those pushing for Nielsen after Pavel Datsyuk left in 2016. Howe described Nielsen as a perfect coach's player because of his all-around professionalism. It's a common refrain from those who know Nielsen. I think he's a great player if you're a coach because he's a complete player, Blashill said. He does it right. He plays 200 feet. He's been well schooled that way. I coached with Jack Capuano at the World Championship, and Jack thinks the world of him. I think the world of him. I know Tampa had played them prior to assigning him 2 summers ago, and John Cooper thought the world of him as an opponent. He's a winning hockey player, and you can't have enough winning hockey players. There's lots of flashy guys. There are some guys in the league that put points up, but they're not all winning hockey players. He is a winning hockey player. Contact Helena St. James HSTJames@freepress.com. Follow her on Twitter at HelenaStJames. Download our Red Wings Extra app on Apple and Android.